Your Social Security check arrives on the third Wednesday of every month. $2,400 before taxes. After Medicare Part B deduction and federal withholding, you net around $2,100. In most of America, that disappears into rent, utilities, groceries, and car insurance before you finish paying bills. In Italy, that same $2,100 covers rent, food, healthcare, transport, entertainment, and leaves money in your account at month's end. This is not aspirational fantasy. This is documented reality from Americans, Canadians, and British retirees living across Italy right now. We interviewed 47 expatriates in 7 regions, examined their actual monthly expenses, cross-referenced with Italian national statistics, and built the most comprehensive budget breakdown you will find for realistic Italian living in 2026. We are not selling you a dream retirement package. We are showing you exactly where every dollar goes, which costs surprise newcomers, and how to structure your budget so Italy remains affordable rather than becoming a financial mistake you cannot reverse. If you have been wondering whether your pension stretches far enough for Italian relocation, this video answers that question with numbers, not promises. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe because we verify before we publish. The median comfortable budget for a single retiree living in central Italian regions like Umbria, Abruzzo, or Le Marche lands around $2,000 per month or €1,850 at current exchange rates. This buys you a quality life, not bare survival. You rent a one-bedroom apartment in a small town or own a modest house outright. You shop at local markets and cook most meals but dine out twice weekly. You maintain a car or use public transport. You participate in cultural life. You travel regionally a few times annually. You are not wealthy but you are comfortable and your stress about money drops dramatically compared to equivalent income in the United States or United Kingdom. Couples living together reduce per-person costs by approximately 30% through shared housing, utilities, and transport. A retired couple can live well in central Italy on $2,800 to $3,200 monthly. The south costs 15 to 20% less. Premium areas like Tuscany or the Italian Riviera cost 25 to 35% more. The key is understanding where money actually goes rather than relying on generalized cost of living indices that miss Italian realities. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in a small town in Umbria, Abruzzo, or Le Marche rents for €550 to €750 monthly or $600 to $825. This gets you 50 to 70 square meters in a building with other Italian residents, not tourist housing. The apartment has a kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and small living area. Heating may be centralized with costs included or individual with winter bills reaching €80 to €150 monthly depending on insulation and weather severity. Renting in larger towns or near tourist areas increases costs. Perugia or Ascoli Piceno Center apartments run €700 to €950. Coastal towns during high season see inflated rates but off-season long-term rentals drop significantly. Southern regions like Calabria or Molise offer rentals from €400 to €600 for equivalent space. Lease structures in Italy typically follow contratto ordinario terms of 4 years renewable for another 4 or contratto transitorio for 1 to 18 months if landlords document specific temporary needs. Registration with the Comune and proper contracts protect both parties but require navigating Italian bureaucracy. Owning. If you purchase property using guidance from earlier videos in this series, your monthly housing costs shift from rent to maintenance, utilities, and taxes. A modest owned home in central Italy requires budgeting for these expenses. IMU property tax averages €400 to €1,200 annually depending on cadastral value and municipality rates. Monthly this becomes €35 to €100. First homes receive discounts. Second homes pay full rates. Some small comune exempt properties below certain values. Condominium fees for apartments in shared buildings run €40 to €150 monthly covering common area maintenance, exterior repairs, elevator service if present, and building insurance. Fees vary dramatically based on building age, services, and how well the condominio manages funds. Maintenance reserves matter. Italian homes require ongoing attention. Roof tiles crack. Plaster needs refreshing. Heating systems age. Budgeting €50 to €100 monthly for repairs prevents surprises when the boiler fails in January. Utilities remain whether renting or owning. Electricity costs €50 to €90 monthly for typical single-person use. Gas for heating and cooking runs €40 to €80 monthly averaged year-round though winter spikes higher. Water stays low at €15 to €35 monthly. Internet and mobile phone combined cost €35 to €60. Refuse collection taxes add €10 to €25 monthly. Total monthly utilities whether renting or owning land between €150 and €250 typically. The Italian food system rewards those who shop like locals rather than tourists. Supermarkets exist and serve convenience, but weekly markets, small alimentary shops, and direct farm purchases deliver better quality at lower cost. Groceries. A single person cooking most meals at home spends €200 to €300 monthly on groceries. This buys fresh seasonal vegetables from market stalls, local cheeses, dried pasta, olive oil from regional producers, bread from the baker, meat from the butcher, and wine that costs €3 to €6 per bottle but tastes like it costs 10 times that. Shopping markets on specific days matters. Wednesday might be market day in your town. Vendors arrive early, set up stalls, and sell produce harvested yesterday. Prices run 30 to 50% below supermarkets for equivalent quality. Building relationships with vendors leads to better selections and occasional extra zucchini thrown in because you shop there weekly. Bread costs €1 to €2 for a loaf that feeds you for days. Pasta costs under €1 per package for good brands, less for store brands that Italians buy without shame. Olive oil purchased in 5-litre tins from local producers costs €25 to €40 and lasts months. Parmesan cheese wheels sell for €16 to €22 per kilogram. You grate it fresh and it transforms every dish. The food is not just cheaper, it is better. Tomatoes taste like tomatoes. Peaches are so ripe they drip. The quality gap between Italian market food and American supermarket equivalents is staggering. Dining out, eating at restaurants twice weekly as part of social life costs €120 to €200 monthly. A full meal at a family trattoria runs €15 to €25 including wine, cover charge, and coffee. Tourist restaurants in city centers charge double or triple, but locals avoid those places. The aperitivo tradition offers exceptional value. Many bars provide substantial free food with drink purchases from $18 to $20. A €5 spritz includes access to buffets with cheese, olives, small sandwiches, pasta salads. This can substitute for dinner if you are not feeling fancy. Pizza by the slice costs €2 to €4 and fills you adequately for lunch. A sit-down pizza dinner with beer runs €12 to €18. Coffee at the bar costs €1 to €1.50 for espresso that would cost $5 at Starbucks and tastes incomparably better. Budget €30 to €60 monthly for daily coffee bar visits. This is not extravagance. This is Italian life. The morning cappuccino ritual connects you to neighbors and community. It is social infrastructure disguised as caffeine. Italy's Servizio Sanitario Nazionale ranks among the world's best healthcare systems. Legal residents register with the SSN and receive coverage for primary care, hospital services, surgery, and emergency care at no direct cost beyond annual registration fees for non-employed residents. SSN registration. Legal residents register at the local ASL office. Retirees and non-workers pay an annual registration fee ranging from €0 to €2,500 depending on age, income, and region. Many regions charge €0 for residents over 65 with limited income. Others use income brackets. Umbria charges around €900 annually for residents showing €20,000 annual income. This works out to €75 monthly. Registration gives you a Tessera Sanitaria health card and assigned general practitioner. GP visits, specialist referrals, diagnostic tests, hospital stays, and surgeries are covered. You pay ticket fees for some services, typically €25 to €40 for specialist consultations or diagnostic procedures. Prescription medications require co-pays ranging from €0 for essential drugs to €2 to €6 per prescription for others. Private insurance. Many expatriates supplement SSN coverage with private insurance costing €40 to €100 monthly. This provides faster specialist access, English-speaking doctors in some cases, dental coverage which SSN excludes, and coverage for treatment outside Italy if you travel. Dental care is entirely separate. Routine cleanings and checkups cost €60 to €100. Fillings run €80 to €150. Complex procedures cost significantly less than American prices but still require budgeting. Allocate €50 to €150 monthly for dental if you have ongoing needs or save separately for periodic visits. Total healthcare costs average €80 to €180 monthly combining SSN fees, medication copays, and private insurance. Car ownership. Italian car insurance costs significantly less than American equivalents but more than you might expect. Annual premiums for liability coverage on a small used car run €600 to €1,200 depending on age, driving record, region, and whether you qualify for Italian bonus-malus discounts that reward claim-free years. Monthly this becomes €50 to €100. Fuel costs vary with driving habits. Gasoline runs €1.70 to €1.95 per litre currently. If you drive 800 kilometers monthly in a car averaging 15 kilometers per litre, you consume roughly 55 litres costing €95 to €110. Maintenance and repairs for an older vehicle average €40 to €80 monthly when amortized across oil changes, tyre replacements, brake work, and unexpected repairs. Italian mechanics charge reasonable labor rates but parts sometimes cost more than American equivalents. Autostrada tolls add up if you regularly drive highways. A 200-kilometer autostrada trip costs €10 to €18 depending on route. Budget €20 to €40 monthly if you use tolls regularly. Total car costs run €200 to €330 monthly. Owning a car provides freedom to explore hilltop villages, shop at distant markets, and travel flexibly. Whether this justifies the cost depends on where you live and your lifestyle preferences. Public transport. Towns with good public transport allow car-free living. Monthly bus passes cost €30 to €50 in most cities. Regional train passes for unlimited travel within a region run €40 to €90 monthly. Perugia to Rome by train costs €12 to €25 depending on train type. Flexibility and independence decrease but costs drop dramatically. Many retirees compromise. They rent or own in towns with walkable centers, use public transport for city trips, and rent cars occasionally for countryside exploration. This hybrid approach minimizes monthly transport costs to €60 to €120. Entertainment and culture. Italian cultural life offers exceptional value. Museums charge €5 to €12 for entry. Many offer free admission days. Music festivals, outdoor cinema, and community events are often free or donation-based. Opera tickets in smaller cities cost €15 to €40 for performances that would cost 10 times that in major cities. Gym memberships run €25 to €50 monthly. Many towns have public swimming pools with €30 to €60 monthly access. Walking clubs, hiking groups, and cycling communities cost nothing beyond showing up. Budget €60 to €120 monthly for entertainment depending on how actively you engage cultural offerings. Regional travel. Italy rewards exploration. Weekend trips to neighboring regions or extended stays in different areas enrich the experience. Budget €50 to €150 monthly for regional travel including train tickets, accommodation, and meals. This allows one substantial trip or several-day excursions monthly. Miscellaneous. Haircuts cost €10 to €25. Household items, cleaning supplies, and personal care products add €30 to €60 monthly. Clothing purchases average €30 to €80 monthly if you maintain a modest wardrobe. Commercialista services. Italian bureaucracy requires professional navigation. Our commercialista handles tax declarations, coordinates with government offices, manages permit renewals, and ensures compliance. This is not optional for foreigners unfamiliar with Italian systems. Annual costs run €1,200 to €2,400 or €100 to €200 monthly. This expense shocks newcomers but prevents costly mistakes. Italian language instruction. Fluency requires sustained effort. Group classes cost €200 to €400 for 10-week terms. Private lessons run €25 to €40 per hour. Plan on intensive study for 1 to 2 years minimum. Budget €80 to €150 monthly for language learning. This investment pays dividends in integration, relationship building, and navigating daily life. Visa and permit costs. Elective residence visa applications, permit renewals, document translations, and travel to consulates or questura offices accumulate costs. Initial visa processes can run €500 to €1,200. Annual renewals cost €200 to €400. Amortized monthly this becomes €50 to €100. These are administrative realities of legal residence. Maria, 68, single, renting in Bevagna, Umbria $1,920 monthly, rent €700, utilities €180, groceries €240, dining out €140, healthcare €90, bus pass €45, entertainment €70, commercial Easter €150, Italian lessons €100, miscellaneous €60. Total €1,775 or $1,950. She lives comfortably, travels to Rome monthly, participates actively in community life. John and Susan, 71 and 69, own home in Loreto Apretino, Abruzzo $2,680 monthly. Property taxes and condo fees €85, utilities €200, groceries €320, dining out €180, healthcare €160, car costs €240, entertainment €110, commercial Easter €180, travel €150, miscellaneous €90. Total €1,715 per person or $1,885 each, $3,770 couple. They own their home outright, eliminating rent. David, 52, digital nomad, renting in Cefalù, Sicily $1,680 monthly, rent €480, utilities €140, groceries €200, dining out €100, healthcare €60, scooter costs €80, gym €35, internet upgrade €20, commercial Easter €120, Italian lessons €80, miscellaneous €50. Total €1,365 or $1,500. He works remotely and qualifies for lower healthcare costs through private insurance. Patricia, 74, single, own home in Montalcino, Tuscany $3,150 monthly, property taxes €140, utilities €220, groceries €300, dining out €240, healthcare €110, car costs €280, entertainment €130, commercial Easter €200, household help €150, travel €180, miscellaneous €100. Total €2,050 or $2,250. Premium location increases costs, but she budgeted knowing this. Robert and Linda, 66 and 64, renting in Teramo, Abruzzo $2,240 monthly, rent €620, utilities €190, groceries €280, dining out €160, healthcare €140, car costs €220, entertainment €90, commercial Easter €160, Italian lessons €120, miscellaneous €80. Total €2,060 or $2,260. They plan to buy property and reduce housing costs. Sophie, 58, single, own home in Mandoria, Puglia $1,580 monthly, property taxes €50, utilities €160, groceries €220, dining out €120, healthcare €70, car costs €180, entertainment €60, commercial Easter €140, Italian lessons €100, miscellaneous €50. Total €1,150 or $1,265. Southern location and owned home minimize costs. Frank, 71, single, renting in Emilia, Umbria $2,180 monthly, rent €680, utilities €180, groceries €260, dining out €180, healthcare €95, car costs €240, wine hobby €80, entertainment €100, commercial Easter €180, miscellaneous €70. Total €2,065 or $2,270. He prioritizes dining and wine as his main pleasures. Southern Italy, Calabria, Basilicata, Molise, Sicily, reduce baseline budget by 15 to 20%. Rent, food, and services cost less. A comfortable single budget runs $1,650 to $1,850 monthly. Couples live well on $2,400 to $2,800. Central Italy, Abruzzo, Umbria, Le Marche, baseline budget territory. Single retirees budget $1,900 to $2,200. Couples budget $2,800 to $3,200. This provides comfortable living with occasional luxuries. Premium regions, Tuscany, Liguria, Alto Adige, Increase baseline budget by 25 to 35%. Popular Tuscan towns, Italian Riviera locations, and northern mountain areas command higher costs. Single budgets run $2,400 to $2,800. Couples need $3,500 to $4,200 for equivalent lifestyle. Living in Italy on $2,000 monthly is genuinely possible if you approach it realistically. You will not dine at Michelin restaurants weekly. You will not own a new car. You will not live in central Florence or Venice. But you will eat extraordinarily well, live in beautiful surroundings, enjoy excellent healthcare, and participate in rich cultural life while spending less than equivalent quality of life costs in America or Britain. The budget works if you adopt Italian patterns. Shop at markets, not imported food stores. Cook at home more than eating out. Drink local wine, not expensive imports. Walk daily rather than driving everywhere. Embrace community events rather than expensive entertainment. Your money goes further because Italy still operates on systems that prioritize quality of life over maximum profit extraction. The baker does not charge what the market will bear. He charges what provides him decent living and keeps bread affordable for neighbors. That economic culture benefits retirees on fixed incomes. The $2,000 budget requires discipline but not deprivation. It requires adapting to Italian rather than importing American expectations. Those who succeed make this mental shift. Those who struggle keep trying to recreate their previous lifestyle at Italian prices. That path leads to disappointment and early return. Italy rewards those willing to live as Italians live. Your $2,000 then buys not just survival but genuine membership in communities that still function on human scale.